Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? It's Drama Free Monday. Chance is here. I bet you didn't know that. Anybody want a cat? Cheap. Super cheap. Yeah, so super cheap. Does not matter when I stream at all. Doesn't matter. He will be here. He will. Anyway, I know I'm early. I'm like an hour before I normally stream on Mondays. So we're just going to sit here a minute. Hi, Suzanne. Wow, I haven't seen your name for a while. Right? I haven't seen your name in the chat for a while. Is that right? Hey, Linda and Tim. Hey, Rhonda. Thanks for showing, Rhonda. Thank you for being here. I didn't know if anybody would be here since I'm an hour before I said I would normally be here. You're here just for the cute cat picture. Okay. Okay. Here's the cute cat picture. There he is. Oh, that's really nice, Rhonda. Thank you. Yeah, the cute cat is on the camera. This is Chance. In case you don't know him. Elora, I hope that's how you say your name. Suzanne's been working. Got ya. Hi, Connie. Hello, hello. Nice to have you guys here. Thanks for joining me. I'm not going to stream for a real long time tonight, but I will for probably an hour, a little more. He is a handsome, and he knows it too, Elora. He knows it. He's quite confident in that fact, that he is very handsome, and that this is his show, totally his show. And he shares the screen with me now and then. Hey, Cindy, good to see you in the chat. You know, I was telling somebody the other day that this cat was really bugging me one night. So I did this to him because I thought that would drive him crazy. All he did was to shake his head, and then he puts his head right back in my hands. I will show you. So I would do this. You see, he just puts his head right back because he wants more. So it did no good whatsoever. I thought it would make him run. Charlie didn't like it. He would run. Chance, on the other hand, is like, oh, this is good. Yes, more, please. More, please. And I'm not being super gentle with him. So he shakes his head and back 4. Are you done yet? Are you done? She's so silly. You have a seal point named Bella. 6 pounds? Wow. Siamese have crazy personalities. Crazy personalities. When I first got him, I have one of my very best friends always had Siamese. She doesn't now. So I get a Siamese. I had 2. And what does she do? She gets regular cats. Anyway, I was talking to her one day after I'd had these guys a little while, and I said, oh, these cats are doing the strangest thing. She said, what? This one, Chance, will fetch. So I can, he likes those little fuzzy mice. I can't get a hold of one, but they're not fuzzy, they're fabric. But they look like animal prints, like zebras and leopards and stuff like that. And I can toss one of those as far as I can throw it, which is what I did the first time. Again, to try to get him to leave me alone. And what does he do? He goes and gets it and brings it back. And he does, I mean, he literally spit it out at my feet with great aplomb and and throw it again, servant. So we can play fetch for a long time. He is the funniest cat. Hello, Peggy. Hello, little sister Cheryl. He is such a funny thing. Anyway, so I'm telling my friend who had the Siamese cats forever, he said, this cat fetches. And she goes, yeah. She said, don't all cats do that? And it's like, well, no. Dorothy, hello. Dorothy, what time of night is it in your world? My goodness, girl. Hi, Janet. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, and there were some other things that he did, which I can't recall right off the top of my head because I've slept since then. But there was some other stuff that he did that, oh my gosh, the cat. And I'd say, do Siamese do this? She goes, yes. I thought all cats did it. And it's like, no, all cats don't do this. This cat's weird. He's so weird. And he's such good company. And he's such a goofball. Aren't you? He's such a goofball. Yes. Are you a goofball? Yes, he is. He says he is. Midnight, Dorothy. Oh my goodness, girl. She speaks very, very loudly every night at the water bowl. Oh my goodness. She wants fresh water, I'm assuming. Any hoot. Are you going to leave me alone tonight? I went and got a coffee. I'm cuddling the cat in an effort to get him to leave me alone. You guys, this is a momentous day for me. Okay? Momentous day for me. I achieved a very high achieved a high achievement. There has to be another word I can use, but my brain's not functioning that way. Today, drum roll please, I graduated from hospice bereavement treatment. Not treatment, but sessions. I did. I got 13 months of sessions from them, and I'm done. Well, I'm not done, but that's what I get, and I graduated. And I'm feeling pretty sassy about myself. I'm feeling pretty good about my sassy self right now. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Hi, Athena. I'd rather just call you Ducky. I have had an excellent day. I've had an excellent day. When you graduate from hospice bereavement appointments, that is a good day because it marks a mark in time. And so I am 13 months out. I know. Way to go. Well done. Congratulations. That's right. Woohoo. I know, right? I did great. I did all of it. I did every single session. Sometimes I did two in a month. In the beginning, I did 2 in a month. And I had a very young bereavement specialist. She was very young. In fact, she's expecting her second baby. And I thought, I'm not sure how this is going to go because she's really young. She was great. She was exactly the right person for me, the exact right person for me. And I'm very grateful for her. Very. So it was good. Anyway, woot, woot. Woot, woot. Hey, Kellyanne, or just Kel. Okay, let's see if we can put this thing away. All right, Alora, here's your last look at the cute cat because he's going in the other room. Yes. fun. Yes, so I'm feeling pretty good about things today. Hi, Martha. Okay, so some of you may remember that I used to go to a book club. I haven't been able to go. I wasn't able to go much at all when I was taking care of Claus Man. And then the next year, I didn't go very much because, I don't know, some days I could barely move, which isn't entirely true, but a little bit true. So, anyway, I went back to book club. Nice group of people. The size of the group has really increased. There is a little, I always say little, and it's not little. It's a single owner owned scrapbooking, mixed media, etc. store. Not too far from me. It's, I don't know, 10 miles from me maybe. And so I went last week and I thought I'd show you the book that we're going to work on. It is coffee I'm drinking, Martha. It sure is. You want some? You want some? Yes, it sure is. So this is the book. Whoops, let me straighten things up here. I was recording. You know what? I recorded video recently. All the VIP members will be so glad I did, because I am behind. So grateful for their patience. Anyway, I recorded many hours of video Friday night after I'd worked with you guys. I didn't used to be able to do that. Used to, when I would work with you guys on the stream, I'd have to, if I streamed for an hour, I'd have to sleep an hour. If I streamed for an hour and a half, I'd have to sleep for an hour and a half. It was the craziest thing for quite a long time when I came back and started streaming again. So there was no way that I could do much of anything after that because I just didn't have the physical energy to do it. So Friday, after I streamed with you guys, I got something to eat, had a cup of coffee, got myself going again, and I recorded video for, I don't know, 2.5 hours. That was amazing. And then last night, I edited all of it, did the voiceover on it, uploaded it. I mean, I was feeling like I was doing $1 million last night. I don't know. Anyway. Yes. So this is the book that we're working on at the moment. Oh, I'm glad you were here, Alora. Thanks for hanging with us for a little bit. It does look good, doesn't it? I know, right? Hey, Shoo. Good to see you, Shoo. It's got to be the middle of the night for you, girl. It's got to be. Well, Rhonda, that might be stretching it just a little bit to think my mojo's back, but at least it's back-er. It's back-er than it was. Yes. Hold on just a second. Sorry, I had to answer something on my phone. Okay, so this is the book I got. It is called Collage Your Life. Have any of you heard of this before? Sorry, my throat's a little goofy because I've been talking a bunch today. 5:30 a.m. No way. Shoo, go back to bed. Shoo, go back to bed. It's too early. Although, I do have a funny story to tell you. I wasn't going to tell it, but Shoo's going to make me do it. Yes, So if you want to hear a funny story, stay tuned. I will share it with you in a little bit. Hey, Andrea. Oh, I do have a funny story. Okay, let's go back here. So this is the book, Collage Your Life. I just thought I'd give you just a quick look through it. Seems like it's going to be an interesting book. Some of the people had already started on it. Of course, me, I just kind of punt along in the class. I go, and most of the time in the class, I just sit there and visit with people because it's kind of my time off. But this is all collage. So is this. It's different styles of collage. It's been very interesting to see what the people in the class are, how they're approaching it. So, you know, as usual, there's things about materials and paper and all that kind of stuff. If it inspires you somehow, use it. Amen to that, huh? Different kinds of sticky things, things about design, how you do a good design. This is a great color wheel right here, by the way. That is a great example of color wheel. So, yeah. You guys, that's a great color wheel. Just saying. So it's a lot of things, so that it's more than just collage. It's got kind of art basics and just, you know, things about planning and different ways of adding glue and just all kinds of tape, packing tape transfers. That is an old technique. Stencils and stamps and found objects. Look at that. Prompts to jumpstart your practice. It's a long book with a lot of stuff packed into it. Now, of course, this is the one that appeals to me right away. I love that. I love the face. I love the flowers. I love everything about that. Everything about that. In fact, I'm going to dog-ear that page so that I will come back to that. I love that. That would be something I would totally enjoy. Oh, here's another one. Look. See the hand? Use your hands. Use your hands. That is my kind of thing right there for collage. Yes, we're just going to dog-ear those pages too. I got to plug in my computer. I just noticed that it's just about ready to crap out on me. So let me plug in my computer, you guys. It helps when you can hit the hole. There we go. Okay. Let me see what the chat's saying. Thanks, Rhonda. You want to hear a funny story? Remind me about the funny story. Have I ever used faux acoustic with any of your pieces? Now that I'm online and you can go back to sleep, and the story is the cherry on the top. Yes, you're gonna love this story, you guys. It's a story about the Studley Duck. Okay, if you've been hanging around for a while, you know about the Studley Duck, and I have a story about him. You're all gonna love it. It relates to Shu getting up at 5:30. Oh, encaustic. Oh, so faux encaustic. Have I ever used faux encaustic for any of my pieces? I have not. I have used Seth Apter's, it's an embossing powder that kind of gives you the look of encaustic, but it's not. I can't remember the name of it. It's over there in a cabinet, but yeah. No, I can't say that I have. Okay, so we'll just look through the rest of this. That's cool. Of course, that looks like a mandala to me. That's why I'm attracted to that. things that are real folk arty looking, like these forms. Sometimes I like these and sometimes I don't. It's just funny how I never know whether I'm going to like them or not. If we only looked like that. Look at this. This is great. Cassette tape. Yeah. I'm sure there's a story behind that. I like this too. So it's good to have inspiration. You know, you can't, with collage, it's really hard to copy anything, but you can use the concepts. Oh, remind me. Here's another story. Okay. All right. I got 2 stories to tell you. I need to write them down. Otherwise, I will forget them. I got to write them down. I don't know if I'll get them both told tonight, but we'll try. Okay, so I wrote them down. And you need to come back on Friday because I need your help with something. I'm going to ask you to help me figure. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. I'm going to need you to come back and help me on Friday figure something out. So please come back on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, there's another cool one with a head. I like that. I don't know why. Probably because my head's been all clogged up with thoughts and things. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. There is, of course, I like the books. I love the books. Creating a container. Yep, all different kinds of books. Simple binding processes. One made from a cardboard box. Simple accordion books. I love accordion books. So collage things for places, or storage things for places to store your collage. Hi Brooke. Hi Tara. Hey Sherry, good to see you. Now my watch is going to give me stuff because my watch always likes it when I say the word Sherry because she thinks I'm saying Siri. And then she says, "What? I don't really understand what you're trying to say to me." I'm like, "Go away." One time Clausman said something really rude to his watch. This was back before. I think he was just beginning to lose his ability to regulate his speech. He said something, I don't know, Siri had annoyed him for some reason. He said something real rude to Siri. And Siri came back and said, "Well, I'd never speak that way to you." Hi, Becky. Oh, shoot. Hi, Sis. I'm not sure I've ever seen Sis here, but hello, Sis. All right. Oh, that was so funny, though. Anyway. Dana's here. Hello, Dana. So, before we get going, I am going to jelly plate print. I thought I had to go someplace as soon as this was over. I don't have to now. So I can stream a little bit longer. There you go. You know, I like to journal. How many times have I been trying to talk each and every one of you into journaling? Many times. I have many journals. This is number 3 of last year. I was reading it today. I am going to jelly plate print here in just a little bit. I'm only going to read just a teeny bit. I read this morning. I've been reading through my old journals. So we'll have a bit of story time while I have coffee with you. Then we'll jelly plate print. And when I was going through this journal, I ran across a day, because sometimes, sometimes my days back then, as I just told many of you, I graduated today, completed. You don't get a certificate or an award or a diploma, but I graduated today from hospice bereavement appointments. I did 13 months of that. It was excellent. I would do it again. It was good for me. Maybe not for everybody. It was great for me, and I'm glad I did it. Anyway, she and I were talking about the importance of journaling, that sometimes when you can't do anything else, when you're in a state of grief or mourning, or, the more active the state, the more sometimes you need to do stuff, but you can't because you can't move and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, my hand always moved. And even when my mouth wouldn't work, my hand always moved. It wrote lots and lots and lots of words. So I was reading this today. Now, the first line that comes out of this particular entry, which is, by the way, redacted. So any names that are important to the story have been removed. The first line of this, you may get, if any of you are easily offended, turn away now. Turn away now, because this is just the honest spilling of my guts on this particular day. But you know what? Every time one of these things strikes me as you should share that, I think there must be somebody that needs to hear it. Okay? Oh, thank you, Brooke. It helped you too? Yep, it was good. It was very good. Well, Tara, not everybody needs it. It's not good for everybody. It was especially good for me. I'm only talking about me. Seriously. Okay, so this is 6:30 p.m., so I've already had a whole day of stuff going on. I got myself fuckled this morning. That is a word that my very dyslexic, wonderful friend coined that word, and it is absolutely appropriate and very descriptive of the state of my head sometimes. I got myself fuckled this morning. It's time for me to come back to my center, so I return here to my best tool to bring me back to myself. Somehow this morning I allowed myself to be filled with self-doubt. No idea why. That swept over me. Self-worth, self-concept, selfish? Probably, but that's what I have, myself, and suddenly it felt threatened. I have no clue what triggered it. Suddenly, I was overwhelmed by, I don't think I could possibly ever measure up. My formal education is limited. I don't have an occupation with a name or letters that go with it, and I don't have a huge pile of money. I don't have, and then I skipped a bunch of stuff. I don't have that special someone to bounce ideas with now. I don't have that together person. Do I have to have that person? I have to be enough for me first, and I am. This is all just stream of consciousness writing. You know what I am? I'm denim and flannel shirts. Can I become other than denim and flannel? Of course, but I need to be authentic to myself. I'm really good at what I do. I inspire people. Now, this is going to sound like I'm blowing my own horn. Remember, I'm talking to myself, trying to dig myself out of the fuckled state. I'm really good at what I do. I inspire people. I try things that I try to inspire people to try things they've never thought they could do. I lead them step by step through processes from nothingness to completion of that thing that they created for themselves. I'm a cheerleader. I show people that I did this thing, the thing that stays done. that I can hold in my hand and I can enjoy, or I can give it away. And if you've ever been a caregiver, you know what I'm referring to, because you do this a lot of things over and over and over, because nothing stays done if you've taken care of somebody. That's what I'm talking about there. I can say to them, this is really hard if you try to do it all at once. Let me help you learn how to approach it bit by bit. I have the skill to give people a break from hard things like life stuff. Sometimes that's all they need is a break. By sharing with them and showing them how to deal with the step-by-steps, they can see that life is that way too. It can get so unbelievably hard and overwhelming. And step by step, you can deal with it, and you can make something beautiful from the scraps, from the parts that everybody else discards as unimportant. You just have to try. You're welcome. Anyway, I thought I'm going to share that with you guys tonight, because maybe somebody here needs to hear that. I don't know. If it sounds egotistical, it is not intended to be that. It is stream of consciousness writing. Sometimes you do have to blow your own horn just a little bit. Okay, we're going to jelly plate print, and I'll tell you a couple of stories, right? First of all, let's look at the fabric that we did Friday. Okay, this is what we did Friday. This is all dry now. Oh, I didn't intend for anybody to cry. I really didn't. All I wanted to do was just share some stuff from my journals. Because that's what I do. I write. All right. My son was sending me a message. So here's what we did on Friday. These are all dry. They have been well dried. Hello, Diane. Big hugs, Diane. Big hugs, Diane. All right, Brooke, we'll wait for you. Yeah, big hugs, Diane. Thank you for sharing with us. So here's one piece. Here's another one. I love how the backgrounds look. They're not going to stay like this. And you know what? If I screw them up and whatever I do to this, they look worse than they do right now, I'll make more. So don't anybody worry. Don't anybody worry. I like the way all of them turned out. I really love this color combination. And then there's this one. Okay. Yep, that is why we are here. We are here to support each other. You know what? We are here to support each other, and you know what else we're here to do? We're here to get a break from it too. Yeah. So, I'm here to do both with you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to show you how to do something that maybe you hadn't thought of, and maybe you just haven't thought of it for a while. Maybe you haven't tried it for a while. Maybe you did it yesterday. Who am I to say? That's what I'm here for. And then I'm here to be a cheerleader and say, you can do this. It's not hard. I'll just, love you. Love you and guide you as best I can. And maybe what the guidance is I just give you the courage to try it. Maybe it's just to give you the courage to try it. All right, so there are the pieces of fabric. Let's see. I want to work with the round plate today. I think we're going to work with the round plate. We worked with the 9x12 plate, And these are Jelly Arts gel printing plates. Okay, I'm going to show you that I have them in a plastic clamshell case that they come in. This one is really dirty. We could get some interesting prints off of this one. I'm going to show you what this looks like in case you've never seen it. This is Jelly Arts. That's the brand I'm using. Jelly Arts gel printing plate. I'm sorry if I blew your eardrums out just then. I sneezed. I tried it to mute. There's a lot of tough stuff going on in this. Tough stuff going on in the group tonight. Tough things people have been through. Group hugs. Absolutely. So this is the name of the plates that I'm going to use. We're going to play around with this. I'm going to tell you a couple stories, and maybe we'll get from serious to putting a smile on our faces. Jelly Arts gel printing plates. That's what I'm using. They come in different shapes and different sizes. This is round. This one's round. They're just different sizes. The one I'm going to use is an 8-inch round plate for now, unless I change my mind and use something else. But for now, that's what I'm going to use. And I have plastic sheets on these. The Jelly Arts company recommends that you don't keep the plastic sheets on them, that you put paper on them. I have paper on one, and I have left the plastic on the others, just because. What I have underneath them is a piece of plexiglass. This one is not quite big enough, but I'm going to use it anyway. Yep, I'm going to use it anyway. All right, let me get rid of these other plates. Set them out of the way. And tonight I'm going to use some stencils, and I'm going to use some masks, and we're going to use acrylic paint. Okay, you guys still here? The chat came to a screeching halt. Let me see. Let's do a test. Looks like it is. Okay. Looks like the chat's moving. It just came to a halt. That can happen. All right, this plate, it's made of a man-made material. It is a man-made stuff. You can make your own gelatin plate using gelatin like you would use to make Jell-O, and alcohol or glycerin or various other things. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. It's just the chat came to a screeching halt. I was just checking. And so we're going to do that, and I'm going to just use some masks. These are hand masks. I don't know any place that you can get these. These are old. I'm going to use a brayer, and I'm going to use acrylic paints. I'm going to use the same ones that I used the other day, with the addition of a metallic and possibly another purple. So give me just a second as I look for the purple. Grape juice seems like it would be appropriate. I don't know. These are the papers that I did the other day. We'll see if we can use them again. And in my box here, I have a bunch of stencils. This one on the top, that's one that No Eat did for me. It's a phoenix. Evening cat herding. You go, Becky. You go, girl. Heard those cats. Becky's got a bunch of cats. So I'm just going to get out very few stencils. Okay, that's all I'm going to get out. I have lots more than that because, true confession, I'm addicted to stencils. I am. Hi, Kate. And anybody I missed. Seems like there's more than one Janet here. Hey, Ann. And Lar. A few is 3 at least. It's at least 3. At least. So I have several stencils. Ann doesn't have any stencils. I know for a fact. She's stencil broke. We need to send her stencils. You have 2 notebooks bursting with stencils. I'm telling you, when you get addicted to them, it's like you go and it's the only thing you see. Stencils. It's like your brain it's like you have this heat-seeking device, except it's seeking out stencils. Whether it's in a craft store. Now, the one place you do not want to buy stencils is in a craft store in the airbrush department. Do not buy them there unless they are way reduced on sale, because they are way too expensive. Yeah. So let's take a look real quickly at the papers that I did the other day. These were just cleanup prints. This one was cleaning the plate off. So this was at the very end of the session where I tried to get most of the paint off, and this was what was left. So, you know, it's kind of like a nothing print. This was the edge of the same print because the paper I had wasn't quite big enough. This one is really nice. These have got some possibilities for that Collage Your Life book I was just showing you. So does this one. Now that's some yumminess. That's some yumminess right there. And you don't need any stencils? I didn't think you had any. I'm teasing. And this is just plain rice paper. That's what this is. And so I'm just going to get these out of the way, because that way we have some ready to go. Okay. Let's get these stencils out. This one is from Joggles. Joggles has wonderful stencils from different various and sundry stencil designers. One of the things that I love about Joggles stencils is that you often get the mask and the stencil in one. This is called Leafy Vine, SMM Leafy Vine 10-33755. There you go. As much as I hate putting all the stencils back in the plastics, it's the only way that I have to tell you what the stencils are called most of the time. Let's see. Yeah, this is 10-33755. That's what this one is. So there is the stencil, and here are the masks. You get, it's kind of a twofer when you get that situation going on. Hi, Kate. Did I say hi to you already? I can't even remember. This one is Sunflowers. It's 20-33724. Now, what's cool about this one is that you can add 2 stencils for this. You can have this, and then you can add additional patterning in the middle, or another stencil. That's cool with that one. This one is Leaf Stalks. This one did not come with the part in the middle. The way it's cut, it would not work because they're not. If you tried to cut this out, it would all fall apart because the leaves are not attached to the stalks. So this is just the stencil. All of those are from Joggles. This is an old one from the Crafter's Workshop. I don't think that this is available anymore, but you can look and see. It's called Circle Grid. It is TCW203. As simple as this is, and lots of people have circle grids, so if you can't find this one, I know you can find another one. This is my all-time, probably my all-time favorite and most used stencil. If this ever breaks or gets stolen, or gets flushed down the toilet, or gets eaten by the garbage disposal. Not that I've ever fed the garbage disposal anything. However, it's been known to grab a spoon out of my hand a time or two. But if any of those things happen to that stencil, I will be crying tears. It is true. And then last but not least, this one came from Hobby Lobby. This is the Show Offs line of stencils. Again, I don't know if these are still available. And this one was $2.99. Super cheap. This one's a little fragile, so it does have to live in its plastic sheet. You hide stencils from yourself? And then find the same one in your stash. Well, Diane, you're in good company. We all do things like that. Do you see how loosey-goosey this is? This can get caught on more stuff, and it's so annoying, but it is such a great stencil. So, all right, so we have some stencils. We have some masks. And I have some texture tools available that you'll see as we get going. Yep, you can make stencils from plastic packaging. You can make stencils from cardstock. They don't last very well, but you can sometimes extend the life of a cardstock stencil by coating them with matte medium or gel medium or varnish. What else? I did someday I'll get them out and show you. I did stencils of my face, and it was for some class I was taking. And they work really well with spray paint. I have them somewhere, but I don't know where they are right now. I'm not going to go dig those out. Oh, goodness. Don't get me started on that. Okay, so let's move the paint over. I should finish this coffee, because if I don't, Race is going to show up one of these days. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to give me crap because I have coffee on the table. Because, you know, I did confess one night that Chance, being on the table, came up under my cup, head butted it, and coffee went everywhere. Hey, Barbara Clark. No, I started 1 hour early. I did put it, did any of you see it on the community tab? I did put it on the community, made a post. Did anybody see that? I may not have done it right. Okay. So I'm going to tell you one story face to face. It's too good to pass up. Where's my cheat sheet? Oh well, I can remember it. Yeah. My watch is bossing me around. Anybody see it? Nope. Okay. Well, I may not have done it right. I did it on my phone. Okay. I did it on my phone, so, you know, there is that. I'm out of practice on all the social media stuff. I'm still trying to catch my rhythm again. Okay, so, you ready for this story? Then I promise the paint's coming out. Because I have time tonight. I didn't think I did, but I have time now. Saturday, this past Saturday, I was going to take a trip out of town with the Studley duck. Because he had something that he needed to do that was a couple of hours away from here. And so I was invited to go, which I thought was great. You know, gives me a chance to kind of get away, right? But first he wanted to go to a pancake breakfast. That is a fundraiser here in town. It's been a fundraiser here for years. promised I wouldn't tell this story. I may be in severe trouble later, but oh well. Oh, you found it on Amazon? Oh, you found is that a polka dot circle stencil, or is that the circle grid? Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this real quickly as I can. So we had to be in this location we were going to at like 9:30 in the morning, but we wanted to go to the pancake breakfast to support their fundraising efforts, right? So in order to do that, we had to be at the breakfast at approximately 6:30 in the morning. What? There's Muppet. Why? Well, hi. Did you come join us today? Look at you, sweet girl. Look at this sweet girl. Yes, look. Look at you. Come here. Hey. Yes, come here. Can you come up here? Can you let everybody see your pretty face? Yes. You're so black that you mess with the camera. Yes. In case you don't know, this is Muppet. Yes, there she is with her pretty little face. She's 14 years old now. She's such a good girl. Yes. She's a good girl. Okay, go. All right, we had to have a Muppet. We had to have a Muppet break. She's so cute. She's such a sweet girl. She doesn't hear much at all, if anything, anymore. Bless her little heart. So anyway, back to the story. I'm making this last too long. So we go to the breakfast at 6:30. I had to get up at 5, okay? Which is what ties into Shoe. Hello, Stitch It. Welcome. So I had to get up at 5. Okay, any of you that know me, the only time I see 5 a.m. is when I stay up on the back side of the clock. And 5 o'clock comes around that way. That's when I see 5 o'clock. Not when I purposely go to sleep and then get up. And I was really busy. I was really busy Friday night. I already told you I was recording video. Right? So I was recording video, and I didn't get to bed until like 1:30. Then the alarm goes off at 5. It was a very short night. Get up. Have to get myself together, because part of the shtick that the Studley Duck wanted to go to was a wedding. And so I had to be dressed appropriately before I left the house at 6:15 or whatever. Appropriately for a wedding. Okay? Welcome. Is it Bucky Ann? Hi, Angie. Anybody else there's several new names in the chat tonight. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. My name's Barb. Okay, so I get up, I get dressed, I'm in full makeup, daytime makeup, not stream makeup. I'm dressed up, I'm ready to go, on time. The Studley Duck picks me up. We go back across town, which is where the Cosmo pancake breakfast is. They have their own special building, and we're meeting someone there. And so we get all the way over there, and we drive down the street, and I'm thinking, this street's really dark. Okay, thinking, yes, Diane, Night Owl would describe me. I'm thinking, this street's dark. And we get down to the building, and I'm thinking, maybe they moved the building. But I'm not saying anything much. And then we get in front of the building, and the lights are not on. There's not a car there. There's nothing there. Yes, there's nothing there. Is Stitch It Patty Ann? No, that's a good guess, Rhonda. And I said, are you sure it's this week? To which he pulls the tickets out and looks at it, and it's next week. So I got out of bed at 5 a.m. and got dressed and washed my hair and blew it dry and put on makeup and got dressed up to leave my house by 6:15 for nothing. I did not even get a pancake out of the deal, you guys. Not even a pancake. Not even a pancake. Not a pancake in sight. You guys, okay. Are you laughing with me? Are you laughing with me? I laughed. I have not laughed that hard, and I don't know when. Because that's highly irregular for the Studley Duck, whom I have described in the past, to be that unawares. Hey, Margaret, right? Okay, you guys. All right. Let's, I have to turn my phone off. I'm being spammed on my phone, so I'm going to have to turn it off. Let's do some jelly plate printing. All right, we're going to take the piece of fabric that I like the least, which honestly I like all of them, so we'll take this one. We'll just grab one. We're just going to grab one. We're going to use this one. And we're going to just start playing to kind of get some, see what happens here. Don't you guys think that was funny? Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. I have not laughed that hard, and I don't know when. Oh man, that was funny. Oh, I'm still laughing about it. And I also told him I was never going to let him forget it. Because I think that is only fair. Don't you? Don't you think that I should never let him live that down? Oh my goodness, that was so funny. The funny part is the person that we were meeting he's a college kid. Nice kid. Really like him. And we were meeting him, and so quickly called him, and he says, oh, well, on a positive note, I got my car scraped off, so I won't have to do that later, so I'm going to go back to bed. Goodbye. And that was the end of his conversation. Oh my gosh. Oh, I laughed. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. Anyway, okay, let's be serious now. I do have another story to tell you, but I wasn't going to tell you that one, but that one was too good to pass up. Too good to pass up. Okay, so I just put a couple of colors, orange and yellow, on here. I'm going to put a stencil. Let's use this one. Okay, let's put a stencil on here. And let's take a little bit of this paint off, because we can. Okay, so I'm going to take a little paint off. I'm going to take this, which has paint on it, and normally I would put this on, I would put it on the fabric, you know, just because I could, but I'm just going to put it on paper instead, just to clean it off a little bit. So I've cleaned it off there. Okay, so I took some of the paint off this way. I have to hurry a little bit, because if I don't, the paint's going to dry on the plate. And I'm just going to mess it up a little bit. Let's quickly put some of these on. I don't know. I may have already... I've messed around with my talking enough that I may not get it to come off the plate now after all that. I have to remind myself that every time I work on the plate with fabric, you have to use more paint than you think you have to use. Alright, for grins, let's turn it upside down and let's give it some pressure. I don't know that this is going to help, but you know, it makes me feel better, so it's all about me, folks, right? Alright. Alright, so there we go. We've got some hands left on here. We're going to take a look on here, and it takes a few prints before you begin. You can kind of see the hands coming there. Let's see if we can pull these up. They may not come up until the next print. It depends on if it's too dry. Yeah, we got. Now this is the kind of thing that I like happening, where the things kind of go in and out. But got to have more paint. We've got to have more paint. Okay, let's use a couple other colors. So I'm going to use pink, and let's do some gold. Shu, are you going back to bed? Oh, it's buffering. Okay. That happens. It absolutely happens. Okay, so we got some gold, we got some pink. Hopefully you guys can see. I can probably, the plate's small enough, I can come in a little bit more. There we go. There you can see a little bit better. Maybe not quite that much, Barb. They might like to see the whole plate, huh? I've got water coming from something. It must be coming from my tool. Oh well, doesn't matter. Okay, we're gonna do it this way this time. Put some texture on there. Let's put the hands back on. Let's use some smaller ones. I like to let them kind of hang off the edge of the plate because it makes getting them much easier to get them off the plate. Okay, let's go again. Let's see if we can get some more. What's fun about doing the printing this way is that you can get such unexpected results. And I like doing layer upon layer with the round plates. There you go. Can you see the hands coming up? It's like they start coming up from the deep. All right, we're going to put these off. I do enjoy using the stencils off the edge of the plate like this because it's much easier to pick them up from the edges of the plate. If you don't have a jelly plate or a gel press plate, so there's the hand there, I recommend that you get one. Here's a fun fact. If you ever get one jelly plate and you enjoy it, you will have multiple jelly plates in your life, more than likely. Yes, more than likely. They'll be as bad as your stencil addiction. All right, let's do some more. I'm going to do more pink. And this time, let's put some purple. Oh, she hasn't heard the story yet. Did you hear it, Shu? Did you hear the story? I am so going to be in trouble. I'm so going to be in trouble because I promised myself, I don't think I promised anyone else, but I promised myself I would not tell that story too many times. Oh, it's too good. It's too good not to, too good not to tell. It's too good not to tell, you guys. Way too good not to tell. Okay, let's put this stencil on here because it's got sunflowers. And I'm going to put some bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. The name went away for a minute. Okay, let's go ahead and print this just because it should be fun. Should be a fun print. Okay, so there's that, and if you look closely, you can see some of the bubble wrap. It doesn't show up as crisply as it does on paper, and you got to be okay with that. Fabric is its own printing fun. Okay, it's its own printing fun. Your stencils are going to get really goopy doing this, super goopy. Then if you print the stencil off on the paper, do you see the cool stuff you get? I mean, that is cool, guys. That is cool. Now my granddaughter's calling me and I can't even answer her. Oh well, I'll call her later. Okay, so let's put some of these back on here. Let's just put some, I don't know, I just love these hand stencils. I really do. And then let's add a few I'm telling you what, you get such a big mess of stuff going on when you jelly plate print. But oh, that's the fun. At least I get to tell it. That's right. Hi, Marion. That's right. That's right, Anne. I can only tell it one time. I can tell it once and everybody can hear it. Okay, so I have another story I'll tell you here in a second. Okay, let's see if you can see it. Here's what we just did. There's the hands. There's some of the purple. There's some of the suns, the little, what I like about this way of printing fabric is that you just get all these little peaky things, you know, things that peek up from the background. Because what we're after is doing this kind of thing where you have all of this goodness just coming up from, it's like coming up from the deep. That's what we're doing. All right. All right. So let's see if we can pull. I'm going to pull this off on the paper. See what will come off on the paper because there's really not enough there to get it to come up on the fabric. Oop. I don't know what that is. That's weird. Look at that white piece of, that's part of the rice paper. That white rectangular thing. Weird, huh? Okay, let's do some more. Let's do gold. Let's do some gold because we can. Okay, so the other story. You know, I told you about book club. I go to this book club. Usually it's twice a month, the book club is. All right, let's see. Let's put some lace things on here just to see what we get. It may or may not show up on the plate, I mean on the fabric, because I'm messing around here, but we're gonna see if we can get it to texture a little bit. And let's use a little bit of, it's just some kind of packing paper. And this, okay. So I'm going to just press into this, and I'm going to pull this off. All right, before it gets too dry, throw the stuff over there, and let's see if we can get it to pull off. Okay, so I told you about the book club that I go to. So one day, one of the things that the gal that owns this store is really good at is sourcing old books, especially for some of the classes. Okay, she's really good at doing that. All right, so let's see if we can see this. There is some of the texture in here, and as far as the laces go, I'm not sure that you can make out any of the laces, but they're there nonetheless. But we have some good texture there. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go for the gold again. This time we'll add some, we'll do some texture that's more present. Instead of fine texture doesn't work as well, so we'll put some texture on here that's a little more bold, or another way of saying it, a little bolder. Okay, so here we go. All right, let's just go ahead and print that. Like so. So, okay, book club. So I'm out there one night. It was book club night, and she was providing old books, you know, junk books for us. She'd gone to oh, that was a good one. Yeah, now we're talking. Now I'm kind of I'm getting the rhythm. Look at this one. See how pretty that is? See that? So, now, the hands, can you see the hands that are there? And then I came over the top of it with that design I just did in the gold. Yes, 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 now we're talking, people. Now we're talking. It's coming together. Okay. So anyway, I'm out at book club. And there were several of us there that night. And sorry, I'm looking for another color that's got some paint in it. Let's see if this one will work. So I'm out there for book club, and she got out this whole stack of books. And there was this one really interesting. You know how people like Asian text to use in collage work and stuff, because it's pretty, it's interesting, and it's cool. You know, and so another girl and I were looking at this book. We were passing it back and forth, and I started looking at it. I don't know which one of us looked at it first, to tell you the truth. But one of us realized that there was a reason that the guy who was getting rid of these books was probably getting rid of it. I'm like, it had a lot of pictures in it, had a lot of text. But it had a lot of pictures in it, you guys. A lot of pictures. A lot of pictures. And I'm like, I'm looking at these pictures and I'm thinking, are these what I think they are? It seem like they're a little questionable. I'm using a piece of placemat stuff that came from the Dollar Tree. If you don't have this and you find it at Dollar Tree, get some of it because it's very cool stuff. Anyway, I know I'm talking to you, but I wanted to talk to you while I do this, and then I'll show you what I did. and so I'm thinking, I think this book's a little sketchy. But of course, it's written in some Asian text that I can't read. And so I look at the other girl we'd both been thinking we were both going to want this book. Until I looked at it and I said, her name was Robin. I said, Robin, here's what I just did. Okay. See the purple up here? That's what I just did. The gold's down there at the bottom corner over the pink hands. I said, Robin, is this what I think this is? She goes, I think this is a whole book about, and then she stops and I'm like positions of things, and she goes, yeah. To which I said to the owner of the store, come here. Did you really pick this book out? And she said, yeah. She said, I just knew everybody would love the Asian text in it. And I'm like, really? I said, well, did you look at this book before you gave it to everybody? And she goes, no, should I? And I said, I think it's a little suggestive, maybe. She started looking at it was full of pictures. And it was way past suggestive. Super past suggestive, people. I'm telling you, it was beyond suggestive. And fortunately, they were all drawings, but still. And she goes, and she's a very, very nice and very, she would never want to embarrass anyone, but she embarrassed herself so totally. And I said, so do you want to go ahead and put this out there? And she goes, no, I'm going to put it in the back. It was so bad. It was so bad. Oh, it was so bad. It wasn't even art. No, it wasn't even art. I got to tell you, it wasn't even art. It was really, 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 it was really, really, really bad. It was really, really bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. Funny, though, because we laughed. The other girl and I laughed until we were on the floor because it was so out of character for the store owner to have purchased such a book. Anyway, okay. Let's do, let's see, what other colors do I want to use? Let's do this one. Oh, it was so funny. Oh, goodness. I mean, yeah. I even curled my hair, and my hair is real straight. Oh my goodness, it was something. Whew. Everybody in there was going, are you sure you want this book out there on the shelf? And then it became and then she says, because she was originally going to kind of sell these books, because she bought them. She was going to, you got a book for the class, but then she had extra ones to sell, and this was one of it. And then she said, do any of you want this book for free? Like, don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I want this book for free. But, and I couldn't even none of us were willing to put the text in our books, because what if somebody, that read that language knew what it was? You know what I mean? Whew. No, not good. Not good. Who knew that going to a scrapbooking store could make you feel that embarrassed about life. I know. What'd Riri say? But she didn't throw it out. No, she didn't throw it out until later. I think she looked at all the pictures first. She did. She put it in the back. I know. She put it in the back. Yes, she did. Okay. So, all right. Now we're beginning to see the hands in different looks. This is what I love. That's what I love. Okay, let's take these off. And I'm gonna... The thing about the jelly plate printing, when you're doing it this way, you gotta keep moving. You can't dilly-dally around. You gotta keep moving, because the paint starts drying on the plate. Oh, good prints. Good prints over here with the stencils. The paint starts drying on the plate, and then at some point, if you don't get the paint off quickly enough, then you got to just stop. And okay, we're going to see if we can pull this off of the plate here. Sometimes you have to just stop and put a thin coat of paint all over the plate and pull up everything that's on it and then start over. Sometimes that's what you have to do. That's right, Riri. That's right. Now, you guys, okay. You can't say that you don't get entertainment here for free, because you come, I read you my journal, my private journal. I tell you jokes. I tell you funny stories about the Studley Duck. I tell you about book club and the naughty things that can go on in a book club for the poor unsuspecting owner. Nothing is sacred. So I've been told, nothing is sacred. Okay, can you see how the prints are beginning to happen? Can you see how they're coming up from the deep blues and greens? Okay. So we got lots of purples and lots of golds. Okay, we're going to need to put in some other colors to kind of lighten things up a little bit, don't you think? All right, let's go back down here to the plate and look at this yummy stuff happening on this sheet of paper. Do you see how yummy that is? See those hands? Those are great colors. Those are great colors to use for collage. We'll set that off to the side so we don't screw that one up. And I'm going to put these two off to the side because I already showed you these. I like this one. And maybe I'll put something else on top of that one. This one I like by itself, so we're going to put that aside. Okay, maybe we'll use this one. Put some more stuff on it. You do have to have a plan for what you're going to do with excess paint. And so that's why you got to have either paper or whatever it is that you need. You got to have something else. Okay, let's do, let's see, what color do I want to have now? Let's do, just thinking. All right, let's do some yellow. I've made you laugh today, Kate. I am so glad. Okay, wait a minute. I was looking at the mom stuff. Wait a minute. I got it. I got to see what this is. I was looking at the mom stuff. There was 2 small dishes on the table. Oh! Oh, Riri. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, you know, well, shut my mouth. If you can't laugh, you know, no matter what's going on in your life, and believe me, there have been times that I have not been laughing, That is a fact, and most of you are well aware of that. You know, you gotta find a way to laugh. You know what I was suggested today? I don't know. You guys have to tell me what you think about this. I'm just gonna give this some texture, and let's put this on here. See if we can get something to come up on this. I was suggested today by someone that I should start a grief support group. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Riri has taken over the chat. Riri and her story. Thank you for taking the pressure off, Riri. I appreciate it. Okay, we got some color coming up here. This is good. This is making it, this is giving it a little more interest. So let me back this up, back up the camera so you can see. So this is what I just pulled, this section of yellow. That's brightening it up a little bit. That's good. I'm going to go for that again. Yep. Oh, no, first of all, oh, no, I can't lose that. We got to pull that up as quick as possible. Let's see what we can get from that. Oh, yeah, this is the best stencil. Okay, let's pull that up as fast as possible. Let's see if we can get that up here on this purple. See what that stencil did right? You see that zigzag right there? See that? Oh, yeah, that's a great stencil for a $3 stencil. Are you kidding me? If you don't have that stencil and you can get it, I bet, and you like stencils, I bet it would be a good one for you to have. See the zigzags? I'm telling you. Oh, Andrea, I'm sorry about that. Andrea says, and I quote, "You can make us laugh and cry in the same hour." You think I would? You think I should try it? Riri says, oh, that is too funny. I'm not going to read you the whole thing. You guys can go back and read the chat. By the way, those of you watching live, did you know that you can scroll back? If you miss something that I say, you can actually scroll back in real time to catch what it is that I said. I also don't mind answering the same question again. But you can scroll back to see what Andrea said. And but her response just now was classic. She showed this thing to him that the guy didn't realize what it was, and he was hysterical because he'd never noticed it before. It came from his grandmother. It was a dish that he'd had on his coffee table for a really long time, and he didn't realize what was on it. That is classic. That is classic and oh so funny. All right, I'm gonna put some more yellow. I think I might put some gold on this time because, you know, can't ever have too much gold in your life. By the time I get done with these pieces of fabric, they are very heavily painted, because I love the fact that you can go over them and over them and over them with different stencils and patterns and the hand masks and all that stuff. And oh, you can just get some of the best stuff. You can get some of the best stuff, you know? Anyway, okay, what do I want to do now? I have myself all discombobulated here tonight. I'm just going to put some texture with one of these. It's a hot pad that I cut the edges off of. Got it at Walmart. Get them if you don't have them. And then I'm going to just give it a little zigzaggy things, so I'm going to just show you from afar so you see things from different angles. So that's what I have on this golden yellow and all that kind of stuff. So well, let's go back down here so you can actually see what I'm doing. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be great. Okay, let's come over here to this where these suns were. S-U-N-S. Okay. There are some funny stories going on in the chat tonight. You guys need to come, if you're watching the recording, you need to come join us live so you too can participate in the chat that sometimes gets a little sketchy. A little sketchy. Okay, so what I've done is I've added some yellow and gold in here that has now pushed those suns back down a little bit more. Yes. Okay. We're kind of beginning to get there. Let's do some more. What else do we want to do? Just kind of playing with this piece of fabric. And I'll tell you one of the things. Oh, you know what? We're going to put some black on it because we can. Because I need some contrast going on here. Oh, goodness. You guys are making me laugh tonight. Good thing I have on black pants. Okay, I'm going to put some black on here. Let's see if we can get some contrast to pull up in a few spots. I don't need the whole piece of fabric to be exactly the same. That is a fact. Trying to get the paint off my mat. Some of these days I'm going to have to buy a new mat just because I keep scumming this one up. All right, black paint. This is Apple Barrel black. Nothing fancy. Everything I've used here tonight has been craft paint. I tried printing with fabric paint on the plate one time. This was a few months ago. Man, that was pretty much unsuccessful, shall we say. We'll just say it was unsuccessful. I didn't like it. It stuck to the plate, which is not good. Okay, stuck to the plate. Let's go back and let's texture this with this packing paper. Okay, what time is it? 7:34, you guys. I have frittered away this evening with you. I've had a great time with you. I'm going to work a little bit longer with you. And clearly, we will continue this printing session, and who knows, maybe I'll come up with some other stories. Maybe we'll have some other stories. All right, let's put some of these masks on. I love these leaves. They're a little fiddly, and they kind of like to stick together. But these are another one of those things that I just love. These are from a Joggles stencil. I gave you the name of it earlier. So we're going to put that, and then we're going to put a wee little hand poking in here. And let's print. Let's take a place. Let's go right here in this middle of the side and see what it does. Carlana, hello. Hi, Nanette. Oh, we might as well laugh, shouldn't we? Yeah. We have to laugh. It's been a good day today. It's been a great day today. You know, not every day, pardon me, not every day is an absolutely great day. And then once in a while, I mean, they're all good. Let's, you know, if you're on this side of the turf, it's a good day. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now I'm liking what's happening on here because I'm seeing all these patterning things that we had going on coming up because the stencils protect what's underneath, and then the black is kind of obscuring what's down there. So I'm beginning to really like this. You're right, Becky. There's always something good in every day. You are so right. Sometimes you have to think about it, you know? Sometimes you have to think about it. Sometimes you have to look, you know? Sometimes you have to look a little bit harder for the good stuff, but it is there. Okay, I have a fresh piece of jelly paper here. I'm going to dry what's on the plate. I am using a heat gun, which they will tell you, don't use a heat gun on your jelly plate. It's okay, as long as you hold it up away from your plate. Your plate is not going to burst into flames as long as you hold the heat gun up away from it, okay? So my heat gun is probably a good 10 inches away from the plate. The jelly plates are flammable, but you know, keep your heat gun up away from it. You put it right down against the surface of the plate, that's where you get in trouble. Don't do that. If you want to be super safe, then what you do is you use a hair dryer. Hey, Artie Dar. Uh-oh, gotta have a shoulder replacement. Uh-oh, Artie Dar. Don't know about you. You guys are great. I love you guys. I love you all. I'm so glad you came to hang out. All right, we're gonna put this paint on here. A thin, well, that was a little generous, but we need to have a thin coat of acrylic paint on here. And if it's the more that it's in contrast to what's underneath, the better it's going to pull the print as far as the detail of the print. All right, so we're going to just kind of do that. All right, let's see if we can get this to pull up, clean off the plate, and then we'll go again. I'm going to stream with you guys about another 20 minutes. Miss Allie K, did I say hi to you? I don't think I did. If I did already, you know, just consider yourself said hello to yet again. All right, so let's go for it. Give it some pressure. I'm going to leave this on the plate a little bit, see if I can pull all that stuff up. Oh, I like what that black circle did on there. Yes, I do. Then what's fun after you do all the printing and you get happy about the prints that you've got. Yeah, okay, this is pulling most of it up. I pulled a lot of it up. Let's see how you get these kind of interesting, Paula Phillips used to call these crusty bits. So you can see the little bits and pieces of all the stuff from all the layers before. And then let this dry, and you can come back over it and add more printing on the paper, and it makes, again, for great collage fodder. Okay, let's go back. Let's repeat this black thing again. It is grunge. Becky's right. It is grunge. All right. Okay, this time we're going to texture it. This time we're going to texture the plate. All right, don't take off too much paint, Barb. Oh, I just put some of that right on my mat. Okay, we're going to texture it, and so let's do, let's see, let's do the other one, the littler teeth. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And let's go back to our hand masks as quickly as possible. Come on, Barb, get a move on it. Get a move upon it. And we surely have another one here somewhere, which I don't know where it is. Okay, all right, let's go. Let's go. Let's put it on here. Let's do. The thing is with the fabric, Brooke, you got to keep going. If you quit too soon on it, you know, that's when it just looks like mud. It's real easy to make mud on fabric, but even mud can be beautiful. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, folks. Right there. See that? Where you block off, the masks block off all that goodness from down below that was confusing and goofy looking, and it blocks it all off. Okay, now we're talking. Now we finally are doing some talking here tonight. So you guys think that I should do a? Do you need a round jelly plate? Brooke, are you seriously asking that question? Okay, you guys in the chat, tell her, does she need a round jelly plate in her life? Not only do you need one round jelly plate in your life, what did I do with the rest of them? Where did I put the rest of the plates? Did I put them on the ground? I know what I did. Brooke, not only do you need one round jelly plate, you might need this one, and you might need this one, and you might need this one. And if that's not enough, they also make a 3-inch one. So just saying, yeah, just saying, it's highly likely that you might need a round jelly plate in your life. Oh, I can't be a counselor because I don't have the education to have the cred. But what I do have is a love for people. You know, I do love people most of the time. Most of the time. Yeah, most of the time. I will tell you one thing that I don't love about people. I don't love judgmental people. That's hard for me. That's a hard one for me. Okay, I'm going to put some blue on here. This is, what color is this? Bright blue. And true, it's true. This is bright blue. I want to see if we can get, what kind of cool stuff we can get out of this bright blue here. I had to switch paper because the other one was getting all full of other colors. All right, on this one, let's go back to this because I really like what this did. But this time, we're just going to do some straight stripes. And maybe we'll do this one and do kind of a plaid thing going on. All right, let's go back to our hands real quickly. Let's do it because I just love the hands. I don't know about you guys, but I love these. If I were to go into the manufacturing of stencil type things, the first thing I would do would be to recreate some kind of hand masks like those. Those are so great. Good for your coffee filters. That's cool. Hi, Malia. You guys, if you're not in the live chat, you should be, because I'm telling you, there's some funny things that pop up in that chat. Okay, there we go. There we go. Do you see what's happening with the circles? The contrast is the key. That blue is doing a good job. That blue is going to depend on what it's coming over the top of as to whether it looks bright or dark. By the time you get done with this stuff, you know what? Your hands are so flippin' dirty. I should not have on my silver rings while I'm doing this. Oh well. I might have to invest in some new rings. All right, let's see if we can pull these hands off of here. Let's see if we can pull them off on this one. Different piece of fabric. Let's see if we can pull them off. I say dirty, you say purty. All right, here we go. Okay, so on this one, I've got some hands coming up now. Indeed. All right, let's go for this color again. Now, there was black underneath. That's part of what pulled up on it with the blue. I bet we'll get a different color this time. I do love jelly plate printing. I have to tell you, it does take practice though. And just because you've done it once doesn't mean that that the next time you go to do it, that it's going to work exactly the same way. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's going to work the same. All right, I like that idea with the stripes on it, except this time we're going to go this way and this way. And this way. This is a Martha Stewart striping tool. I don't know if these are still available either, but that's what this is. They come in a set of 2. The one that has the squared ends on the teeth is, in my opinion, the better one. All right, let's put the hands back on yet again. Yes. What's fun to do with these hands after the fact is to come in with pens and like fabric pens and things like that, and paint pens, because I'm never going to wash this fabric. Although, speaking of washing fabric, there was a time, many of you remember Charlie Boy, the other Siamese, the other sponsor that we had, and poor Charlie had the sickest tummy from time to time. A terribly sick tummy from time to time. And he really did not care where he puked. He didn't care one single iota where he puked. You have, Brooke? I'm sorry, I didn't know that you'd been out for a while. I knew I hadn't seen your name, but big hugs to you about whatever you've got going on or had going on or what have you. And welcome back. Okay, let me take these off. Then I'll show you the thing. What was I telling you? Oh yeah, Charlie. So I used to do a lot of printing on fabric with the jelly plates. A lot. I mean, I did enough that I didn't have to necessarily go back and remember how to do it, because I was doing it enough that it was always fresh in my head most of the time. Anyway, I did these beautiful pieces of fabric. Don't you know they were the best ones I'd ever done? Truly, they were pieces of fabric that I was so happy with. I loved them. I was so happy with them. And so I made the mistake of wherever I put them, it was not a good idea. Wherever it was the wrong place. And I went in there the next morning. It was in the sewing room. I went in there the next morning. And once Charlie would be sick at his stomach, he would be really sick at his stomach for a really long time, like many times. And he had puked, and I do mean emptied every part of it. There was nothing left in his stomach, let's just say that. And he had emptied his stomach multiple times all over my perfect pieces of printed fabric. Now, everything that they tell you about acrylic paint is that it will not wash out, right? It will not wash out. I hear you, Brooke, and I relate to that statement a lot. I totally relate to that statement. Hi, Monkey Mary. So I scraped the cat puke off the fabric, and then I thought, well, I'll try just rinsing it. Nope. No, that wouldn't do any. That wasn't getting it. So I thought, what do I have to lose? I can't iron it, or I'm going to iron the cat puke into the fabric. It's just plain craft acrylic paint, and they say it never washes out. And I'm like, okay. So I throw it in the washer with an old soft towel, something that's not going to agitate. And the washer I have is one that just goes around. It doesn't agitate, just goes around, you know. It took almost, not quite, but almost all of the paint out of the fabric. The one time I want the acrylic paint to work. Nope, not going to do it. Okay, so this is the print that I just pulled right here. Okay, so you can see hands right there. You can also see hands here, but you can see leaves as well. And that's part of what I love about doing the technique like this, because you just get this, you just don't know what you're going to get when you start pulling these prints this way. But you have to have the interesting stuff below before you start pulling contrast. Now I could pull the contrast with white as well. It may not be as great a contrast, but you can, it just has to be a real contrast to what's underneath. And then this was what I got afterwards. So there are the hands right there. So you can get different kinds of prints that you're pulling, whether you want the hand to be in the dark paint or whether you want the hand to be in whatever is underneath. Both are advantageous. Okay, so we'll pull that off. All right, we're going to do probably one more good print, then we'll see if we can pull a print off of the plate and see what we get with that, which may or may not be something. I think I'm going to go to, let's try this, this time purple and black. Let's see what we get. Okay? Okay, Barb, let's do that. Since you're not here. Oh man, I talk to myself. I talk to you guys all the time. I talk to myself. If anybody was here with me, they would think the woman has lost her marbles. And maybe that's true. You know, maybe that's true. You know, when Claus Man was in the latter part of his life, he wasn't a great conversationalist. You know, dementia does that to people. Kind of wrecks your ability to converse. So even when I was talking to him, I was pretty much talking to myself. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you guys hanging out and talking and spending time and writing in the chat and all that kind of stuff. It's fun to have you keep me company on this crazy journey. All right, I'm liking this one, so we're going to do this some more. But this time, I really like that. We're going to do big waves. Okay. And yet again, we're going to put some hands on it. You also, if you have another mask that really is good for this is big circles. I like those also. I've done those with Tyvek. So if you have any used mailing envelopes, old mailing envelopes, you can cut some circles out of it. They're not stiff like plastic, but they'll last a long time. Isn't it funny what you see? Becky has specific shirts set aside just for wall painting. Repainted from previous sunshine. No kidding. I have on my good black jeans tonight. That is a recipe for disaster. But you know what? Those the pieces of fabric that I did that Charlie puked on and washed, I ended up using those and liking them a lot, even though most of the paint had come out of them. So there's that one. So this one had blue and, or purple and black on it. This one. All right, let's pull these off. If you want to wash your stencils, which after I've done a lot of jelly plate printing, I will wash them, and some people cringe at that thought. But sometimes I do wash them. I soak them in a tub of water with oh, it just flew out of my head. Murphy oil soap. But let them soak and the paint will come off. Okay, so there's that. Not a lot on that one. The paint will come off. Let them soak and the paint will end up kind of just sloughing off. Here's a cautionary tale. Do not, and I reiterate, do not toss the water down your drain. You will be incredibly sorry that you do that. What you want to do is take that outside and dump it in the grass. That's one of the best things. Find a place that doesn't matter, you know, like between fences or something. I'm sure one of my neighbors is wondering what in the world, you know, what in the world has killed all the grass between their fence and mine, because there's like a foot strip. That why anybody would do that, I'm not sure. It was that way when I moved here 30 some years ago. But that's where I dump paint, acrylic paint, not down your drain. You won't be happy if you put it down the drain. All right, let's see if we can pull this up off this plate. I don't know. We'll try it. Sometimes it works great, sometimes not. Yeah, not down your drain, okay? Yeah, the paint won't come out of my pants. It only comes out of fabric that I really like. You know, it only comes out of things that I'm trying to save. You know, like fabric that I could redo. You know? You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I am so glad you were here. We have had a fun time tonight. This was actually a good time to stream from 6 to 8 my time, or 7 to 9 in the Eastern world. Fabric's coming along. It's got some. It will have some fun things. Once I get done printing it, then I will add sparkles with white paint and other things. It's far from done, people. And then we're going to glue it as book covers on the half size composition notebooks. Yep. And you know what I'm going to do after that? I'm going to give them away. So, if I were you, I would stay tuned to the stream. Oh yeah, it took off. It cleaned the plate. It just cleaned the plate. I'm a member of the Clean Plate Club. Look at that. cleaned that entire plate on that side. Look at that. It's very clean. And that's the print that came off of it. Now you cannot hate that print. That is a bonus. It's just fun. You can only get this on paper. I've never been able to do this with fabric. That is a bonus print that I will keep and I will treasure for a long time. Yes. Anyway, okay, so we're going to call it, I know, right? That's a good print right there. Yes, it is. Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off here. Everybody's tired, including me. I've had a really long day today. It started with a super long day on Saturday, 5 o'clock in the morning, for pancakes that didn't happen. Which, by the way, I'm not going to get up for pancakes at 5 o'clock next time. Nope. No pancakes for Barb unless they're at some reasonable hour. I'm still laughing about it. I'm still laughing about it. It was funny. Anyway, thanks you guys for coming. Be nice, people. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Be kind every single chance you have. One of Race's favorite thing is never give up a chance. Never lose a chance to practice empathy and kindness. He's right. He's right. Remember today to get creative, you guys, because you know it's easy, right? It is easy. You want a book of what? What book, Nanette? Send me an instant message. Send me either a direct message on Instagram or Twitter or a support ticket on How to Get Creative and tell me what it was you're interested. Okay, gotta go. See you guys. I'll see you Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Be there. Be square. See you then. Bye for now.